Alright, so here are the tools that I use on a pretty regular basis. And keep them here in this canvas pouch, which is kind of neat and convenient. So, starting from left to right, I have, starting from left to right, I have just a regular pencil. It's 4H, so that's a number 4 on the hardness scale. Remember, the higher the hardness is, the lighter the pencil will show up. So I don't even know if this is going to be able to show up here, which is really nice for sketching because then you can always go over your lines darker and you don't have to worry about erasing, you don't have to worry about messing up too much. Next on the list is a mechanical pencil. This is a little bit lower. This is just your standard mechanical pencil from any office supply store. I think it's probably got a 2B lead in it, which means it's a little bit lower on that hardness scale, which means you can see it quite a bit better. And you can play with your values a little bit to get them going before you start inking. Next, I have a regular Bic pen, which is excellent because you can get really light sketching, or you can get a really hard pen look to it as well. Most people don't realize how versatile just a normal regular Bic pen is. Great for sketching on the go. Alright, so when I actually use real pens, like real artist pens, I tend to use this Micron brand, which I think is the best. Micron 0.3 and 0.5 is usually what I like to have on hand. A Micron 0.3 is nice because you can get in a little bit of sketching, and it's a really small tip. So what you do doesn't really matter too much. And then you can go over it again with the 0.5 and kind of outline your edges. It's a lot thicker of a line. I also have a Micron Graphic 1, which is a new pen for me. I don't normally use it, but it's got a real thick nib on it. It's good for lettering. Good for drawing outlines and borders. Next, I have tools that are indispensable. You can use these for any application, any kind of drawing. Sharpie, normal fine point, and Sharpie pen. The normal Sharpie is available everywhere and does exactly what you think it should do. It's a marker, it's heavy duty, it's non-archival, but if you don't really care about that, if we're just sketching in our sketchbooks, it's perfectly fine for that. Its little brother is something new to me, the Sharpie pen. It's a lot like the Micron 0.5, but cheaper. Kind of produces the same kind of line, doesn't bleed. You can get good textures with it. So I think Sharpies are really, really valuable. Next thing I always have with me is this here. This is just a brush reservoir filled with water. There's a little bit of a red still stuck on the tip, so it kind of gives a little red. But this is good for using just straight India ink, or using watercolors, if you don't want to carry a little pot to put water in, this is really good. It dispenses the water straight away. I don't have any watercolors on me right now, but if I were to use watercolors, this would be excellent. Actually, that's not true. I do happen to have one watercolor. It's small and convenient. I could keep it in here, and then I would be able to add some value to my sketches really quick and easily with this. But the easiest way to add value to your sketches, just with a on-the-go travel sketchbook, is with these markers that I tend to carry around with me. These are grayscale markers, which literally all they do is make different colors of gray. These particular markers are nothing special. They're the store brand from Michaels and Hobby Lobby, so they're pretty cheap. They're just regular old alcohol markers. With a chisel tip and a brush tip. I almost never use the chisel tip, but the brush tip is very, very important. It acts just like the paintbrush that I had a second ago, only it's a marker and super convenient. So I've got a few different colors of gray, and I can carry these gray colors around with me and get a really nice final sketch product. Alright, now that I got the pens and the markers out of the way, let's go for paper. So I pretty much use any kind of sketchbook I can get my hands on mostly, but whenever I go to buy one, it's always this Strathmore green sketch. It's always 9x12. It's always this pad for 100 sheets. I don't necessarily know why that is, but I do really like the paper. It's thin and disposable. Kind of a problem with that is whenever you do like a watercolor type thing, it kind of messes up. But that's why you put this paper here to kind of protect the next sheet. See, I was using I was drawing this today with some markers, and I just had a paper back here to protect the next sheet. Now, if I was going to draw on some more substantial paper to make like a finished illustration, I would use this one here, this Strathmore Bristol. Very smooth, very thick, and just overall quality paper. The final paper is the Strathmore Tone 10. So again, I don't know why they always happen to be Strathmore. They just do, and because I'm a creature of habit, I keep buying the same sketchbook over and over again, and it works. It works really well. Anyways, I hope you guys like this little breakdown of all my art supplies. I purposely didn't show you too much of what's inside the sketchbook because that is another video. This is just a little sneak peek here. But stay tuned for next week, and we'll see you later.